This video will demonstrate how to properly configure items specific to the setup of service information. This is handled through the Services section of the List Configuration tool in the Configure desktop. It is important to note that if your agency will be billing services through OnTarget, then your AIM representative will complete the service setup. The billing configuration for services is handled through OnTarget Backoffice, as the clinical side of service setup is typically only done if the services will not be integrated with billing or payroll. That said, if you will only be implementing scheduling and notes and do not intend to use timesheets or billing, then you can add your services through the following steps. First, the service will be entered in the Service Master screen. The service code should reflect the HCPC code of the service only. If the service has a modifier, the modifier is not included in this field. This is very important for billing purposes. Service abbreviation represents the common name for the service and is how users will see the service in the various drop-downs throughout the program. The service abbreviation can be edited at any time with no impact. Service name should represent the full description of the service. Rate type is the service parameter for billing reimbursement purposes, whether the service is reimbursed per 15 minutes, per hour, per daily event, or on a weekly or monthly basis. The fee schedule should provide that information. The units entered are based upon the rate type. If the service is reimbursed per 15 minutes, then you would see the rate type of periodic and units of 4. If the rate type is daily, weekly, or monthly, a unit of 1 is entered. Once the service is configured in the Service Master screen, it will then need to be added to the State Services screen. Once you have clicked the Add button, select the service. This is pulled from the list of services configured at the Service Master screen. Next, you may choose to set the default note template. This is recommended when notes are being documented against the service to ensure that users are completing documentation against the right form. Note templates are set up under the Services section of List Configuration. Group service is an important checkbox to mark for services that are provided in a group setting. This will allow staff to write multiple notes for the same time frame in order to document against each client participating in the group session, while still only paying the staff for their true time. Without the group service designation, the staff's hours on the timesheet would be over-exaggerated and the notes would be considered overlapping time. Duration only is an important decision to make before a service is ever used in the system. You have the option of determining whether you would like service information to be entered with a start time and an end time, or with a total duration for the day. For example, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. versus 1 hour. Every entry point for service information will require the time to go in per your choice, at the schedule, the note, the timesheet, and in billing. Rely on your service record requirements when making this decision. It is very complicated to change this setting once data has been entered, so it is recommended to put considerable thought into this prior to managing the service online. This setting is service specific, so while one service may be duration, others may be configured as start time and end time. Require supervisor signature is marked for all services in which the note documentation must show both the staff writing the note signature as well as the supervisor's. When left unchecked, only the caregiver's signature will display on the note. Again, this is service specific. Lastly, if grid notes are implemented, then it will be important to configure the note keys. check off each key that is associated with the service. These note keys are also service-specific. If a key is not listed, it can be configured under the Note Key screen in the List Configuration tool.